welcome to your training, Go and Build Your Fairy Tale Life. Now, this is a topic that I am super excited to share with you. Today, we're going to be talking about something truly magical, and that is the power of leaning into your imagination to create a life and business beyond your wildest dreams. So, if you're here, I know you're someone with big visions, big dreams, but maybe you're wondering, how do I bring them to life? And the answer I'm going to cover today in this live training, but the answer is just very generally, it's by stepping into the energy of possibility before your dream even exists in reality. And so if you're here live, feel free to say hello in the comments, let me know where you're joining from. But so stepping into that dream before it even exists. So stepping into the energy of it. So let's dive in. Whatever magic you can imagine, you can 100% create. And the way that I know this is I've literally done this over and over again in my life. And so, for the first part of this training, I want to talk about how imagination fuels business expansion. This is something that nobody's talking about in the other masterminds, a lot of the mainstream business coaches. I never really hear this. And I think it's a key component to accelerating your success as a creative, as a healer, as a spiritual coach, as an entrepreneur, as a visionary. So most people believe that success is about doing more, working harder, having the right strategy, or of course, grinding, which is what we see, modeled to us in Western culture. And the truth is that the visionary leaders really start by dreaming bigger first. Now, sometimes what happens when we go and we try to dream bigger, we come up against a block because we're very much, hi, Fran, we're very much in our comfort zone, or we're comfortable. And trust me, I've experienced this like every time I've, come into a new expansion or a new dream manifested, right? Then we become very comfortable because that's our safety and that's what we're used to. And so the trick is to really get out of the comfort zone as you're really expanding and you're dreaming big, and start to imagine the new possibilities before they've arrived. And so for me, one of the biggest manifestations of my life, I can actually think of two, but one was my home here in Los Angeles. So I remember when all I really wanted was to have a house in Los Angeles. We had started investing in real estate in other markets first because LA is such a, expensive market to be in. But I remember that I was dreaming of this space and really thinking about what it would be like before this house came to us. And the interesting thing, I can even like go back and prove by looking at one of I did this actually. I went back and I looked at a vision board or a Pinterest board I had created with what the house would look like. And I created it 3 years before we manifested this house. But the home that I had saved had little like it had like little white archways, and there was this beautiful garden with all sorts of fruit trees, and it had exposed wooden beams. So I've actually saved pictures like this. And this house came to us by complete magical manifestation, which would have to be a video of its own. But imagining the lush green garden and the banana trees, and then the banana trees for me were like the confirmation. So when I stepped into this garden here in LA and the house also had banana trees, that was like a confirmation for me of the universe saying, yes, this is for you. We had banana trees in our old place, so it was like a little wink from the universe. And you can ask the universe to give you little confirmations and little winks that you are on your path of purpose, your path of creativity, your path of ultimate abundance and imagination. But and the universe will deliver those winks back to you. So I want you to think of something amazing that you've manifested, that you've created in your life, something that once felt impossible, like this isn't going to happen. But it came together. And if you're willing to drop that in the comments, so whether you're on YouTube or you're in my private Facebook group, drop that in the comments and let me know what felt impossible, but somehow, just magically came together, right? Maybe it was a dream job, a relationship, an opportunity, or even a creative project. And my other manifestation that drops in right away are my international retreats, right? Which I started about 3 years ago. I'd done hundreds and hundreds of workshops helping people tune into their creative power and their creative essence, but I hadn't hosted a retreat yet, right? So really getting into that visualization, playing in the realm of imagination and the energy of it first is something that can be super helpful to help you calling your dreams into the physical reality, your impact, your creative expression. It all begins with allowing yourself to really dream without having any limitations. So let go of realistic thinking for this part of the process and start practicing really playing in the realm of imagination. I know a lot of you do this. I know a lot of you do like my meditations, and then you have like an incredible download, or you're a painter and you're like working in your studio and you have all these incredible downloads. So you can ask yourself if you had no limits, right? And I love this question. I love to come back to this for myself, but if I had no limits, what would I create? So visionaries use imagination to really break the limits. And, artists envision their masterpieces before they even put their first brush stroke down often. They start to receive a vision, right, of what they're going to create. I read that Oprah saw her empire before she ever had her first TV show. And I believe that. I believe that she is like this magical, powerful manifester because she was such a trailblazer, right? Like she did things that people hadn't done. So if you really think of any visionary, anybody who's accomplished something that's never been accomplished before, then they're really tapping into the power of imagination. So I'm going to give you 3 steps that you can take. And this is what we're doing inside of Visionary Creativity and more. But here's how you can start. So first, you've got to stretch and you've got to just dare to dream bigger than what you've currently been dreaming. So for this, I want you to really just stop shrinking your vision and like making it smaller to mirror your external reality, which is what we do sometimes. We say, "Oh, well, this would be crazy if this happened." So we don't actually dare to dream super big. And then the second thing is to like get in the habit of doing this practice of big dreaming daily. So I want you to spend like 5 minutes each day just visualizing yourself living out one of the new dreams. And it could be like just general, like your dream life, but one of the new dreams that you're dreaming up into your current reality. And then the third step, which is very powerful, and we're going to be doing this on retreat. We're doing like a special activity with this at the Awaken Retreat in Mallorca, but speaking it into existence. So really affirming it, I am living out my purpose. I am creating a massive impact. I am collected, internationally. Like whatever is just like lighting up your heart. Like I am like represented by a major gallery, or I am a sold out, spiritual coach that many people are, wanting to work with me. And so speak that into existence. Um, and then the third step, so that's like the 3 step process that you can start doing like every day, like just within like 5 minutes. And then the third part of this that I want to talk about is like shifting into the frequency of like fulfilled, which is like a Neville Goddard thing, but shifting into the frequency of that already having it. And it's funny, like when I think back to before I had this house in LA, I I did feel like I could feel like it was really close. I felt like it was coming to us soon. Now we got it at the perfect time because it was right before the pandemic. So not to be cooped up in a Beverly Hills apartment and to have an actual garden during the pandemic was a huge incredible lifestyle shift for us, but really thinking and feeling, and then, of course, being. So thinking, feeling, and being is the shift to create the magical visionary reality that you're calling in. So creating your fairy tale life, just playing with that, like thinking, and like feel free to share in the comments because people will see what you've written. Their dreams will become activated. Their fairy tale life will become activated. So just it's not about like wanting something or feeling like you don't have it yet. It's really about stepping into the feeling of the wish fulfilled, which is the feeling of already having it. So you can ask yourself, and I love this question, it's a very revealing question. If you already had everything that you wanted, what would you do? Like, how would you act? And like, how would that feel? Right. And so you can start living that version of your fairy tale life today by going into the feeling. So whether you're calling in 10K months in your business, show up in the energy of a 10K month earner now. If you're building a massive visionary brand, create your brand with the confidence of someone that knows that they're having a massive impact. So when you align your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, the universe starts to respond. And you're not waiting on your fairy tale life, you're stepping into it now. So I'd love to hear like what's one action you can do today to be enjoying and living amazing your fairy tale life. That is incredible. Oh my gosh, I just saw Fran's comments. I love this. And I love that she has a private student arriving. That's incredible. Have so much fun with that. So, so really embodying that now and just, enjoying all of the things that you're doing right now. So, just to wrap up, the magic is already within you. You have the power to imagine and to create something beyond what you've ever experienced before. So if this resonated with you, drop a star in the chat and let me know what shifts you're making. And if you're ready to take this deeper, Visionary Creativity is officially open. This is the last week to join us. We're diving into unlocking your full creative business potential using everything that I've shared today and so much more. And let me know what the biggest vision of your fairy tale life is that you are stepping into next. And I look forward to seeing you on the next live training.